Bobby Eddings back out at Hoops Family Field, joined alongside by Marshall head coach Chris Grassie. And Coach, 5-0 the result tonight, but I think one thing I want to talk about first, let's talk about your back line. Back line along with Gabe Perota. It took you 168 minutes for Gabe to even have a save on the season. That's a pretty impressive number for your back line and for Gabe.
Yeah, no, definitely. We talked about at halftime not letting them have any shots, never mind any goals, trying to keep the shutout. But then, we gave away a silly ball and they had a great chance, but Gabe made an unbelievable save. That's why he's in there. He's got great reflexes, best in the business, reflex saves. And, I think defensively they did a great job tonight. I thought they did, but on the ball we can improve, I think. You
mentioned to me on Thursday just how nice of a guy he is and just a really great human being. You saw him get fired up a little bit a couple times there in the second half, just real, I don't want to say frustrated, but maybe just that instruction to that back line. Is that something you want to see early in the season a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. No, I think the frustration is justified, right? And I think part of that might be, maybe mad with himself, a couple of decisions of passes, right? And I think the back line, I know we won 5-0 tonight, but I feel like we lacked a bit of quality. We kind of lacked our usual. We train this all the time, these scenarios being pressed. We have all sorts of patterns of play to get out, and it takes quality of technical execution to be able to get out, and I just don't think we kind of had that tonight. And then when we did break lines, we seemed to make another silly mistake down the line, and we were rushing. So for me, it looked like a game of basketball at times, back and forward and back and forward, and we wanted to control the game. We're control freaks. We want to move the game slowly up and then dictate how it's played, the tempo it's played, where it's played, all of that stuff. And I don't think we did that tonight, so I think that's why the frustration kind of seeped into a few of them.
Marco with 3 goals tonight. You kind of talked to me a little bit about, I think, where the 3 goals come from him. The fact that Matthew and Alvaro garner so much attention that also leaves open other players as well. Yep. Tonight, Marco finished.
Yeah, no, it was great. I mean, we talk all the time about those wingers making the post runs and the deep runs in behind to try and get into the box, into those goal-scoring areas. And with Marco, we call him Silva. With him, the goal where he drove and scored, we've been trying to get him to get that out of him, right? Because he's kind of deceptive with his running. He can accelerate quite quickly, and he's got good touch and skill. So he just kept going and going and going. And I'm glad he didn't. Usually I think last year he would have tried to look to cut that back and maybe pass that instead of just keep going and go score. So he did a great job.
Is that a case of kind of what you mentioned to me on Thursday, where the defense has to maybe pay too much attention, where maybe a defender sags a little bit or a defender plays up a little bit, which frees up that wing a little bit? Is that what you're saying?
No, they're just making the run. So if the ball's on the left side, just making sure you're running in to get in the back post and go score. Okay. And I think it's like with him, but him when he is dribbling, when he's got like Messi on the left here or Alex Ajeti, they dribble, they go, they get at it, they get sort of into the box, they try and create something. He's more likely to kind of slip or pass, but he's been working on it, and you can obviously the benefits of he just kept dribbling and going and going and going, and he was always the best option, and he kept choosing that himself, which was good because that was the correct call at the time.
Okay, let's talk a little bit scheduling-wise, right? You started off early. What do you tell this team tonight? I mean, this is a team, Wright State, that played Indiana to a 1-0 draw, or excuse me, a 1-0 loss in the exhibition schedule. That's a team you guys are very familiar with, obviously. Do you use that as kind of a conversation piece for your team, or you just leave it alone?
Yeah, I didn't really realize they played them until like right before the game in preseason. But I think, for us it was about ourselves, like how do we hold ourselves to the highest possible standard, right? And I'm going to go in and yell at them a little bit, or not yell at them, but I'm going to be a little stern with them.
You're going to coach.
Yeah, I'm going to coach. I'm going to coach forcefully because I just thought our quality wasn't the best tonight. And I think we have to hold ourselves to a higher standard, right? So it's about making the correct support runs, tracking back, doing all the hard things. Even though we should be a better team than them, we knew we were going to be a better team than them coming in, and nothing to take away from them. They really put up a great fight, and they worked hard, and they'll cause real trouble in the Horizon League. But for us, it was about maintaining our standards and playing to our level, because the sky is the limit for this team, for the talent here.
Yeah, you told me on Thursday, last question for you real quick, you told me that this team's floor was higher than any team you've had here.
Yeah.
What does it tell you about this team's ceiling to be somewhat disappointed with a 5-0 win?
Yeah, I mean, I think the ceiling is very, very high. Can they be as good as that team that won a national championship? I mean, that's our goal. We won't shy away from talking about that. That's what we're trying to do. The ceiling now is undefined. The sky is the limit for how good this team can be in college soccer, and I just want to see them seize it. I want to see them sort of put the coaching, put the things that they do really well in training, right, that they're working hard on. I'd like to see them put into practice consistently in the games, and then the sky is the limit.
Okay. All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.